his dinner out.
Yeah. Old Phil Murphy. Phil Murphy. He's governor of New Jersey. He signed, New Jersey's a liberal state on the left.
Yes.
They are not as crazy as far as lockdowns go as California goes. We're going to look at that here in a minute, but they're not as crazy as the Californians are, and he's not as crazy as Newsom. But he has.
To be fair, it's hard to be as
It
crazy
is.
as Newsom.
That is true. It is hard.
He may be giving it his best effort.
But back about a week and a half ago, Murphy signed another executive order. This was 196. It lowered the indoor and outdoor gathering limits. Effective on the 17th, indoor gathering limits decreased from 25 to 10 people, and the outdoor gathering limit decreased from 500 to 150. That was effective. Is today Monday?
Today's Monday.
Today is Monday. That's
Monday.
effective today.
Yeah.
Effective today. By gosh, if you're in a group of 500 in New Jersey, get out of it today. You're in trouble. They're going to cite you. So he has not closed restaurants. It's not as draconian as what's happening in California, but he was caught out eating. Looks like with his family, maybe with family and friends. And we have video queued up. Someone very frustrated with the lockdowns found him, pulled out their camera, started shooting, and this is what we got.
Oh my God, it is!
Hey, how you doing?
Oh my God, Murphy,
How you
you're
doing?
such a dick.
You're having fun with your family. In the meantime, you're having all kind of other bullshit going on.
No, I'm not drunk, as a matter of fact.
Put your mask on.
You can go f yourself. How's that? I don't need a
Mask on. You know why I don't need a mask? Because there ain't nothing wrong with me.
I like your Trump
You're
focus.
f***ing right.
Guess who Trump likes? He likes my dad.
Yeah.
No, he doesn't like your
Oh, he
face.
does. He
Get
does.
the f out of here. Thank you. Let's go.
Thank you. Get out of here. You know what? You
Come on.
So I love how it cuts back to him right at the end and his mask is back on.
That was funny.
And I couldn't tell if that was a PR thing. Oh my gosh, it looks bad enough. I better get my mask on. Or if he was just trying to be dutiful and wasn't eating, and so he decided to put it on. Say what you will about any of that. This had to have been uncomfortable for our friend Phil.
One would imagine.
One would imagine. This is not the first time we've seen behavior like this, though. If you guys happen to remember, back in 2018, Mitch McConnell, I think he was chased out of a restaurant. Sarah Sanders was denied entry at a restaurant. I think there were a couple of other, there were a couple of, I'm
There's a few
blanking
more.
on a couple of other Trump
And
officials
there
who
were
had the
just
same thing happen.
some
Kristen Nielsen.
Nielsen, right? There were some just civilians too. There were Black Lives Matter protesters who just harassed. I'm going to call them civilians, not government officials.
Oh yeah. Oh gosh, yeah. That
eating
the
at
video that went
restaurants
viral,
and,
the say her name,
Exactly,
garbage, all of that. Yeah.
all that
Yeah.
foolishness.
So all of that was fair game back before it looked like Biden had won the election.
Right.
And if you remember, Maxine Waters even admonished us, saying the following.
If you see anybody from that cabinet in a restaurant, in a department store, at a gasoline station, you get out and you create a crowd. And you push back on them. And you tell them they're not.
Thank you, Maxine. We will do that when we see people at a gasoline station.
As I said at the time, that is somebody who hasn't pumped her own gas
In a very
decades.
long time. In a very long
Gasoline
time. A
station.
gasoline station.
When's the last time you used the word gasoline?
The last time I filled up with ethyl. That's when. So my question for you guys. Well, first off, one observation, then two questions. The observation, I understand the frustration with lockdowns. My family and I absolutely hate them. But let's be honest about this. What those people did to Murphy and his family was completely out of line. If you're an elected official, yeah, you are fair game out there, and people are going to come up and ask you awkward questions. That does not excuse people using pejorative terms and being belligerent and those things.
Right.
Especially when he's sitting there with his family,
particularly
you know?
in that setting, yes.
There's a time and a place.
That's right.
Yeah, exactly. Like on the floor of the house.
Right.
That's a good time to curse people. So she's out of line, but I do understand where she's coming from. I understand the frustration.
Sure.
So quick question for you guys. First off, do you really think Maxine was so short-sighted she didn't see this coming? I mean, she had to have known that turnabout was going to be fair play.
You want to take that before I go off on Maxine?
You know, I have seen that clip over and over again, and I just don't think she was thinking about the consequences of her words.
No!
Right? I don't even think, I think she was just speaking out of passion and honestly maybe hatred for the other side or anger with the other side. And I don't think that she knew that she would get this type of response. You know, it kind of flipped on them. So
There's not much to add to that, except that I don't know that Maxine Waters has ever considered the consequences of her words or actions at any point in her political career. And that is one of the defining characteristics of leftists, right? Not necessarily Democrats, but leftists is the complete ignorance of the concept of unintended consequences. They don't even, I have never seen a leftist, not talking about liberals, I'm not talking about Democrats, I have never seen a leftist pause and say, let's think about this for a moment. Let's think about, okay, well, if we do this, what consequence might there be that we hadn't thought of? We know we're trying to do this, but what other things might also happen? 0 times I've ever seen a leftist engage in that kind of critical thought, or really any kind of critical thought. So, no, I don't think she saw it coming. I don't think she is a person capable of seeing things coming in that way.
I would agree with that. You see liberals thinking things like that through far more often than you do leftists.
Yeah, to the degree that there are any liberals left who aren't leftists, yes, I agree.
Conservatives can fixate almost too much on it, which is why you actually do need people on the other side. They are handy. What you don't need on the other side are leftists, which are extraordinarily dangerous. So, Sarah, do you think the folks who were attacking Murphy there, you think they were out of line?
You know, I understand the frustrations, like you said. I just think, you know, specifically as a Christian for myself, I would handle things in a peaceful and respectful way. And I think that kind of adds to what conservatives hold true as their morality or their values. You know, we want to be peaceful. We want to be respectful. For me, I personally wouldn't have done that, but I understand the frustration behind it.